friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before. I'm Erin, and for today's video we are going to be talking about the Yule Lads. So the Yule Lads come from Iceland. Now in Iceland, the Icelandic children get 13 visits on the nights leading up to Christmas, awaiting a visit from 13 trolls known as the Yule Lads. So pretty much they get visits 13 nights as opposed to just one night from Santa Claus. So what the kids do is they place a shoe on their windowsill, and then good kids get candies and treats while naughty kids get a shoe full of rotten potatoes. So doesn't sound like much fun if you're a bad kid. If you ask me, who wants rotting potatoes? Obviously, it sounds pretty fabulous to get 13 visits from, you know, some cheery holiday. I almost said elves, but they're not elves, they're trolls. So from some 13 visits from some cheery holiday fellas. But that being said, there are also some not so nice creatures that the Icelandic children have to worry about around Christmas time. There are two specific creatures that they don't sound very pleasant and great to me, and I'm sure they don't sound very pleasant and great to the Icelandic children either. So the first one is Guerrilla. Now Guerrilla is actually the Yule Lads' mother, so keep that in mind throughout this whole thing. Who Guerrilla is she is a haggard old lady slash witch. And what she does is she comes down out of the mountains looking for naughty children, and she boils them alive. So that's a not so great thing. I would be pretty terrified as a child if I heard that some haggard old witch lady was gonna come and boil me alive if I was a naughty kid. I definitely would probably be a much more well-behaved child. So I'm sure that works out for parents. And then the next creature that comes is called the Christmas cat. And what the Christmas cat is, it is a bloodthirsty black cat who prowls the countryside on Christmas Eve. So what happens on Christmas Eve with the Christmas cat? Well, if you're not wearing a new article of clothing, he eats you. So be sure to wear a new piece of clothing on Christmas Eve if you are in Iceland, or else the Christmas cat is gonna come and eat you alive. So that's equally terrifying if you ask me. So obviously those two creatures are very creepy and scary, and apparently the Yule Lads used to also be that creepy and scary. However, in 1746, parents were banned from terrifying their children by telling them about the Yule Lads and Guerrilla and the Christmas cat and how scary and terrifying they were. I'm sure that these traditions are still talked about with Guerrilla and the Christmas cat, but the Yule Lads have taken on a little bit more jovial and mischievous character rather than being downright scary. So like I said, today these Yule Lads are viewed as being harmless aside from their pranks. So each Yule Lad has his own name and his own distinct personality. So I figured it would be fun to go over each one. And like I said, there are 13 Yule Lads. Each one visits leading up to Christmas, so the 13 days before Christmas. So the first one is called Sheepcoat Clod. Now he gets his name because of his love for harassing sheep. And they say that he is easily identified by his stiff peg legs. Yule Lad number 2 is Gully Gawk. Now what Gully Gawk does is he hides in the gullies and he waits for his chance to sneak into the cow barn and steal the milk that you have taken from your cows. So number 3 is simply known as Stubby. Now he is called Stubby for obvious reasons because he is short. Now, the prank that Stubby likes to pull is he is known for stealing pans to eat the crust out of them. So meaning he eats the leftover crusts of pies or food or whatever that's hanging out in your pans. So Yule Lad number 4 is known as Spoon Licker. He steals wooden spoons with the sole purpose of, you guessed it, licking them. And he is easily identified because apparently he is very malnourished looking. Obviously, if he's going around stealing spoons to lick him, he must be a pretty hungry guy, I guess. Yule Lad number 5, not to be confused with spoon licker, is pot licker. He steals leftovers out of pots. Now, like I said, he is not to be confused with spoon licker, who steals spoons to lick them, and he's also not to be confused with Stubby, who likes to steal pans. Keeping up with the liquor namesake, number 6 is bowl licker. Apparently there's a ton of liquors to keep up with, and I'm not talking about the kind you drink. So what bowl licker does is he will hide under your bed until you put your bowl down, and then he will steal your bowl and lick it. So apparently there's a bunch of hungry Yule Lads hanging out. So like I said, we have spoon licker, pot licker, and bowl licker. And then Stubby, who also steals food. So these are some hungry guys. Alright, Yule Lad number 7 is known as Door Slammer. Now, his name is pretty self-explanatory. That's exactly what he does. He loves to slam doors, especially at night, and very loudly. So up next for Yule Lad number 8 is Skyr Gobbler. Now, Skyr is spelled S-K-Y-R. And what he does is he steals skyr, which apparently is a traditional Icelandic dairy product that is similar to a strained yogurt. So, again, stealing more food. Number 9 has a pretty funny name. He is Sausage Swiper. And obviously, he likes to steal sausage. And how he does this is he will hide out in your rafters while your sausage links are smoking, and he waits until you're gone, and then he steals them. After Sausage Swiper comes one that is still a little creepy to me. His name is Window Peeper. And essentially, that's what he is. He's a peeping Tom. But he's not looking at you. He's looking through your window to try to find things to steal, which I'm pretty sure is illegal, so stay out of my windows, Window Peeper. So number 11 is known as Doorway Sniffer. Now obviously Doorway Sniffer is identified by his abnormally large nose that he has. And what he does is he uses his big nose to sniff out a traditional Icelandic bread, which I'm sure I'm about to butcher this name, I apologize, known as Lofaboro. Keeping on with the food theme, number 12 is known as Meat Hook. And what he does is pretty self-explanatory. He uses a hook to steal your meat. And last but certainly not least is number 13, who is known as Candle Stealer. Now, Candle Stealer follows children so that he can steal their candles and eat them. Now, when I first read this, I was like, well, that's terrifying. Why is he stealing candles and eating children? But no, he's actually stealing the candles to eat the candles. Because apparently candles used to be made out of something that was edible. So that is why he is known as Candle Stealer. And no, he is not eating children. He is eating their candles. So those are the 13 Yule Lads that come and visit the Icelandic children. Now, I think it's definitely interesting the different holiday traditions that different countries have, and I'll be doing a couple different videos throughout this Vlogmas on different traditions that different countries have, just because I find it so interesting. So what did you guys think of the Yule Lads? Are they pretty cool? Are they just downright creepy? I mean, obviously Gira and the Christmas cat are definitely creepy, and I can see where with the Yule Lads, how they probably were a lot scarier than they are today. Like way back when they used to tell stories about them to scare children. So I can see how they could definitely be a little bit more creepy back then. But as of right now, I don't think they're terribly creepy. I think they do some weird stuff. And obviously they're very mischievous. But other than that, I don't think they really mean harm to anybody. Alright guys, that is it for this video. If you liked it, give me a big old thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you can see all my videos this Vlogmas. I am posting a video every day until December 25th. Alright guys, I will catch you in the next one. Bye!